Hey, episode 2. It's your boy, Grown Folk Decisions, the homie, Meaningful Conversations. Man, I'm so blessed. Matter of fact, we're blessed. We made it to episode 2. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you all for viewing us, for subscribing to us. Hell, even liking us. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for yourself, y'all. I love it, man. I can't say more than enough that I'm appreciative of y'all. But I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let my homie, my co-host, Beautiful, say what she got to say, y'all. Stop clapping, y'all. Stop clapping.
All right, my loves. Welcome in again, like he said, to the second episode. Okay, number 2. Um, First and foremost, okay, let's make sure that we go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then cut on your notifications for me so that every time we do post another episode, you're very well aware. Okay, that's first and
Yes.
foremost. Afterwards, please do not forget to like, comment, and again, what is it? Share me there. Okay.
Subscribe. Oh, you know what I was saying, y'all. I was just
Same
trying to
thing. Same
be,
thing. Same
yeah.
thing.
But
Same thing. All right. So, all right, homie, what we talk about today? What is it? What is it?
well, it's right at the bottom. What is one experience or situation that has changed your mindset? So we're gonna dig a little deep in our mental library. We're gonna dig real deep. Uh, Something that has changed you from an adolescent, teenager to a young adult to what you are now as a grown folk, a grown person. Because we're here to have
Wait.
grown. We're,
Wait. Do you have your
oh,
tissue ready? Because there might be some tears.
damn, I'm a thug. Okay, I'm from the suburbs. I'm a thug.
We thugs in here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So,
So, ladies first.
age before beauty. Shoot, that's still me. Okay, fine. Whatever. All right. So, let me see. That's actually a good question. And I feel like there, like, you can pretty much say so many different experiences that change a mindset, but I know that for me specifically, um I, as a child, I dealt with like a lot of different types of abuse, sexual abuse, physical, emotional, all that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
for a really really long time I was what you would call very disconnected from life.
Mm.
I walked through life not feeling anything. Like, I was so numb to emotions, because it kept me alive, I felt like. And so I was in full survival mode. The only issue with being numb is that you are numb to positive feelings as well. So while people would experience the beauty and something as simple as the sunset or whatever, I'd be like, oh, you know what I mean? It wasn't even a thing. Something as drastic as enjoying a hug from my children was difficult for me. I literally
Wow.
used to feel like I was going to crawl out my skin every time my children would attempt to hug me or lay on me. Um,
Mm.
so it interfered a lot with me being a mom, like a good mom. And then as far as relationships, I never cared enough about relationships. It changed my mindset with everything. And I don't we really don't cover stuff with like religion, and I really want to get into it, but it made me completely turn away from God. Like, I just said God does not exist. Um, and so I relied on me. I relied on me because I knew that it was only me that got me through all of my hardships in my
Mm.
head at that time. That was my way of thinking.
Wow.
Um, but then, along with all of that trauma, also came alcohol abuse, came promiscuity, came uh, suicide attempts. So I would say that for me, what changed my mindset was my last attempt, which landed me in an ER. And then after the ER, I was sent away to an inpatient facility for 3 months. In that inpatient facility, I was it was almost like they had to peel off that band-aid and like dig in that scab to bring out all of the ugliness, like all of the, which of course I don't really want to get too much into detail on here, but um I had to heal my inner child in order for me to become an effective adult, basically. And so that was a really, really hard time. So when they say that it gets a lot harder before it gets easier, they are not lying. I recall that I actually attempted again while impatient because the emotions got so intense for me. I didn't know what to do with them. And even sometimes I still sometimes struggle with emotion in that sense because sometimes emotions feel too heavy for me. And whereas some people may know how to um, put words to their emotions, sometimes for me, the emotions cause physical reactions for me, and they become really, really big, and I don't know what to do with them sometimes. And that causes me at times to isolate or kind of try to head back in that numbness um, box. But what I can say is that after being and experiencing that, I have also been so open to experiencing life, like not being in survival mode anymore. Like I actually enjoy life. I love love. I love all things. Like I cherish experiences and memories over everything else. The only thing is that now I can't even be a thug no more. Like I'm a whole crybaby now. Like like a whole entire crybaby. like I cry. As a matter of fact, let's keep it real. I was just watching Aladdin earlier today and I was sitting here crying. Like I'm just so filled with emotion.
Mm,
Um and I embrace it. I love it. I love it because I know that I'm alive. It makes me feel human. Before I felt so robotic, and I felt all the ugly things that you could possibly feel. I felt worthless, gross. There was so much shame and guilt and everything attached to everything that I was feeling. Um, and so, in order for me to push those away, I had to push away everything. But
mm,
now, baby, can nobody use my past against me? Can nobody tell me
mm.
anything? Like no one can get on me any worse than I already got on myself.
That's real. So hold on. You said something that was like, You said, "Can't nobody do what? Hold your past against you."
Correct.
That's a great saying because um people tend to do that to you if you're a parent, a sister, brother, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, godmother, uncle, aunt, aunt, however you want to say it.
Hmm.
They tend to hold that over you and can't let it go because they remember the bad. They remember, and the bad can be like this big, and the great can be like this big. But they're always going to remember that little bitty of bad, and that really sucks. Um, because like sometimes I want to forget about my bad, and I
Hmm.
want to put it away, and I want to lock it away, and I want to seal it up and throw it in the ocean
Hmm.
where and put a rock on it where and it sinks to the bottom of the ocean where nobody can't dig it up except for God Himself.
Right.
And it's hard sometimes to know that my bad or my good outweighs the bad, but somebody somehow some way always tries to reveal my bad and tries to bring it up. But like I'm 38, be 39 next month, and still appreciate it, and still people still look and remember the old Ray, or grown folk. My name is Ray, by the way, but people still remember the old Ray,
Not the
and they
government.
see what's that?
Not the government. The
No,
whole
you ain't. You
government name.
ain't
He
got
just put
you.
the
You
whole
don't know the
government name
government.
out. He just put the whole government name out there. Don't go Googling him.
No, you don't know. Nobody knows. If you know the government, you know me personally. Okay, you know that's my middle name. Okay, Ray. I go by my middle name. I'm a junior. My mama didn't want to be calling two first names around the house. So that's how that went down in 1985. So, and I don't know why. Anyway, that's off subject. We tend to do that every episode, y'all. So excuse us for getting off
We really
subject.
need it. We really need it.
Yeah,
All
reel it
right.
back in, reel it back in. So people, and my dad said this years ago. People will always remember your worst game better than your best game.
Mm,
You know, um, your best game, excuse me, your worst game could have been 10 years ago, and after that one bad game you had consecutive 15,000 great games.
mm.
But your one bad game that you had, people will remember that, and it's stained and stamped into their mindset,
You
and that
want to know
sucks.
why?
What's
I
that?
feel like people do that to try to gain control over you. I feel
Mm,
like it's a power thing. And I feel
mhm,
like once you start to embrace your past
mhm,
and own it as part of your story,
mhm.
no one can have that power over you.
Yeah,
Like, again, there is nothing that anyone can tell me about my past that I
mhm,
haven't already beat up myself about.
yeah. And it's
Like, no
crazy.
one.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, no,
And,
you're good.
and it's crazy because this right here changed my mindset. So I went to therapy, and I think that everyone should go to therapy.
I agree.
This is 100% real. I don't care what you say, how you try to say it, or how you try to go around it, or anything like that. I don't care if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, um, Hispanic, whatever nationality you are. I know that you should go see somebody for counseling. And it's not a one session thing that you can do for counseling, by the way. It's not. It won't be. If you think, oh, I'm just going to go to a counselor and see them one time. No, by the time you're done with them, you're going to be so parched. You're going to have a headache. You're going to be tired because you literally
Every
just
time.
got everything out.
Hmm.
And they may give you an hour. And I remember my first session I went to. I love my father to death. I love him. Still alive to this day. My parents are still married to this day. My counselor therapist told me that I hated my dad. I was like, no, I don't. No, I don't. No, what do you mean I hate my dad? She goes, no, you hated your dad for a very long time. And it's good also, folks, if you're going to a therapist, make sure that you go to a therapist that's your nationality. Make sure you go to a therapist that's almost, I would say, your sex. Like if you're a male, go to a male therapist. If you're a female, go to a female therapist. If you're female Puerto Rican, go to a female Puerto Rican therapist.
And
If
make
you're
sure they call you out on your shit. Make sure they
right,
are
and
not
they will too.
afraid.
And that's the thing, because a lot of people say this, and I know we're trying to kind of sort of get on subject, but a lot of people say this like, well, I don't want to be telling, but I don't want to tell her or him my business. They don't know me. Well, I'd rather tell somebody that doesn't know me and doesn't want to judge me rather than go to somebody who knows me from when I was 3 years old and tell them all about my business, and then they sitting there judging me while I'm talking to
Mm,
them. Then they cut me off and no, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done this. You should no. So I think I don't even think, man. I know that you viewing this right now, if you're feeling something going on with you,
mm,
it's okay to reach out to people
that
because
part.
life isn't promised tomorrow. And I feel like this is going to reach a lot of people more than others. Um, if you really feel like, hey, I need a therapist, your job, if you do work a full-time job, your job should offer therapy, uh, mental health therapy. And it should be prepaid for, should have like 3 to 4 sessions. If not, you know, reach out to people and see how much it costs, because it's
Hmm.
with insurance and whatnot, it's really good to go there and get it out, because for so long we as human beings and we as a culture, whether it's black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, again, Hispanic, whomever, we got so much built up in us, and then we hold on to it for so long.
Well, because we
And
have to be. We
yeah.
like, the environments that we grew up in and stuff like that. We're almost forced to hold that in, and it
Mhm.
almost feels as though. And it's not until recently that mental health was even a thing within our communities.
Yeah.
Typically, they tell you what, oh, go pray it away. Oh, you just acting up. Oh, you just want
Mhm.
attention. keep everything that's going on at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like so many different negative associations with mental health issues or just
Right.
therapy. So
Right.
the fact that we have gotten to where we are is amazing,
Yeah.
especially with men.
Mhm.
Let's put that out there as well, because for
Oh yeah.
you guys have to be Superman. You guys aren't
Yeah.
really allowed to talk about your mental health.
No, we're not. And you know, even saying that, even yeah, it's a great point that you just said, meaningful. Like, we're supposed to be Superman. We're supposed to have the S on the chest. Supposed to have the cape on. Supposed to save the world. Supposed to provide. You're supposed to give everything that you have to give. And it's so freaking hard
And
working
still be
on.
lovable and still be caring and still
Yeah.
be all of the things. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I get it, but sometimes you need to take that cape off. Take
Yeah.
it off and put it up for a second. So,
So go ahead. No, you got it.
what was your experience?
I was about to say it's
Yeah,
my
I'm like,
turn.
look, we
You
got
got it.
off
You got
track
it.
all the
Go
way.
ahead on and
It was
introduce me.
good. It
Go
was
ahead. No,
good,
no,
but
no,
go
no.
ahead. Come
You
on. We
introduce
need your
me.
experiences. I feel vulnerable right now. I feel like I exposed all of my stuff. All of my stuff. So it's your
Oh
turn.
man. So what is the one experience or situation that has changed your mindset? Well, got a lot that's changed my mindset. At the age of 21, I from the age of 21 to 28 to 27-ish. Uh Getting evicted out of my apartment changed my mindset. People are like, man, you got evicted out of your apartment. You damn right I did. Okay. This show, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is PG-13. So hopefully if you like it, hit subscribe, comment also.
That part, all of it.
But this is rated
Right down.
PG-13. So if you can't take cursing now, I don't know. Sorry. Not so sorry. But getting evicted out of my apartment changed me, and it ties along. I can't just say one experience because you said multiple experiences yourself. So I don't think we can just pinpoint to one experience.
Mm.
But getting evicted out of my apartment, I can laugh about this now. Getting my car repossessed twice. The same car, I got it back and still had it repossessed. It got it repossessed at the job. On top of that, uh, and money. Those are three things. I'm gonna say three because my money was never funny. And if you know me personally, I've always said this. I used to get paid on Fridays, be broke by Sundays, but just have enough money to put in my gas tank and give me some hot dogs and ramen noodles.
Hey, that's living. You're living.
And that is the reason why to this day I don't eat ramen noodles or ballpark hot dogs. I
But isn't
literally
that so
in
humbling though?
respect. What's that?
Isn't all of that so humbling?
It
Like it
is.
forces you to humble yourself.
It is, and no disrespect, and y'all can type in the comment. Oh, I mean he ain't that. No, I don't eat those because that brings me back to a mindset of how I was then and how I was actually broke. And if you ever send to me, if you're around me, like meaningful, if you're ever around me, meaningful's in Texas, I'm in Virginia. But if we're ever around each other and it comes out of her mouth, I'm broke, I would literally put you in your place. I'm like, you know what? You're not broke because you know why ain't broke? Is your car paid, right? Yeah. You got lights when you cut on your on when you go in your house, right? Yeah. When you got when you need a shower, you run your bath water, right? It's gone, right? Yeah. When you turn to hot, it's hot, right? Yeah. When it's cold, right? You got food in your refrigerator. I can go on and on and on. You're not broke. When broke is broke, when I literally had nothing, y'all. Like, damn, like you're right. I'm about to get emotional when I had absolutely nothing in my refrigerator and I
Mm.
had to look in my refrigerator and I had ballpark hot dogs. And I was like, damn. And I know this is maybe funny to some people, maybe, serious and whatnot to some people. But then I was like, damn, like I'm still hungry. So I had ramen noodles. And I remember I came and I got the ramen noodles out and I got the hot dogs out. And I literally remember like everybody's like, oh, that's my go-to meal. That's my go-to meal. Like, nah,
Mm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I was literally broke. I had no, and it's crazy because like my lights were about to get cut off the next day. Yeah.
Hmm.
But you know what? I was flossing for people though. I was fronting for people. I was stunting for people. I was
I
stunting
love
for
that you
people.
said that.
Like I was stunting for people. So it wasn't my. I was working at a regular 9 to 5. I was working my butt off. And but it's for the simple fact is like I literally chose that lifestyle. I chose to party and BS and get drunk and chase after women and
Mm.
pay for everybody's tab and stuff like that. Like I chose that, and not a lot of times did I get reimbursed back. Like, oh, I'm going to the bar this weekend. Oh, yo, you coming with me? You coming with me? You coming with me? You coming with? Cool. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. That was me. So that was an experience that I had to change because I had an entourage almost. And it wasn't even like that. I'm not trying to sound big or bad or boasting or anything, but it's like I almost had an entourage, you know. And then like pressing forward, moving forward, like I got evicted out of my apartment, but that was my fault. Like I never forget, I had a 401k, had a little bit of 401k money, took the loan out. I was supposed to pay my car payment and catch up on my rent. You know what I did? I went to the outlets and bought Ralph Lauren. I got me an Xbox. I think I got some groceries. I got a Sam's Club card. Went to the grocery shop. I did all these and went to the strip club. I never forget that. I did all these immaculate things. Yes, I was doing all these immaculate things in my mind. But at the same time, I was had a young mindset. So
Oof.
that right there
Oof.
hit me. So damn. And by the way, y'all, we're gonna pause this session right here. We're doing a $25 giveaway.
We
Okay.
are.
We're
We
gonna do a
are.
$25 giveaway. Uh and
And being
the
that we've already decided that mindset is part of the title of
yes,
the topic of conversation,
yes,
the word of the day today is
yes.
mindset.
Is
Okay.
mindset.
Mindset. All right. So, part of the requirements for the giveaway is we are going to be releasing a word of the day every episode for the next couple of episodes. It could be at the beginning, it could be at the end, it could be at the middle. So, don't be trying to be sneaky with it, neither. Okay.
Yep.
Mindset. That's one of
Yep.
them. Then you have to make sure you're subscribed. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You have to be interactive. We have to see your comments,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Make sure you like and you comment.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want the extra, because there's still an extra top secret that could be attached to that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure you follow us on TikTok as well. We
Yeah.
go by the same handles that we have on here. That's the
Right.
same handles we go on,
Mm-hmm.
go by on TikTok. So
Mm-hmm.
again, follow us on TikTok
Yep.
for the extra word of the day, which is what? Mindset.
Mindset.
Make sure that you are subscribed and make sure that you are commenting. It's not just one time, it's going to be the
Yeah.
next couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
make sure you look out for those, okay?
Yeah. So pressing forward, you know, getting evicted from my apartment changed my mindset. Have my car repossessed, that changed my mindset. And overdrafting my account changed my mindset. Like, you know how terrible it feels if you go to daggone the grocery store in the morning time, you trying to get a little biscuit or something like that, or a banana, and your car declines because you spent way too much money. Like, come on, man. And still some of us do it to this day still. Stop. Just stop. Stop doing that.
You know what I love about your story? The fact that you said that although you were struggling and you knew that you were losing out on all these things, you still chose what your priority was for you to appear as
Mhm,
though you had it, which a
mhm,
lot of people get caught up on the appearance of
mhm.
being able to keep up with everybody else. And
Yeah,
then the second part to that was you had your little entourage when everything was cool or appeared cool, but where was everybody when you was evicted? Where was
yeah.
everybody when you had your vehicle repoed?
And I mean, I mean, I still had some people that, kind of drifted away, but I had some people that, stuck by me and whatnot. And I I got a friend of mine out, that says I tell him to this day, I'm like, yo, back in the day, like, we party, but if it wasn't for you, man, I would have had my apartment still, or I would say because of you, I got evicted from my apartment because I chose to party. You know what I'm saying? And this generation isn't built like that. You know what I mean? Where you could go to the bar and have a good time. Now it's just this generation is just weird. Just weird. Like I'd rather go to the bar and be sociable.
But who's raising this generation? We
You
are.
are. No,
We
you
are.
are. You are.
We
We are
are.
done raising children in our home. We are done
We
raising
are
children in our home.
still. We are still, baby.
You are, ma'am.
Mine are raised. Mine are raised.
How old are
They're
your
doing a
kids?
good job. Hmm?
How old are your children?
14 and 16. Mine are raised. They're good.
Yeah, you're good. But you got so right now, with their experience at 14 and 16, you have to worry about the next step, such as
Mm-hmm.
like making sure that they are financially smart.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that they aren't, but financially smart and knows how to be street smart and book smart because this thing right here it can only teach you so much. But once you put it down to the ground, then you be like, oh, okay, cool. I know I am street smart, I am book smart. Because a lot of these jokers is book smart because of this thing right here, because of the apps that's on this thing right here. So everybody's
Mm-hmm.
book smart. But when it really comes down to putting your foot down or putting the pen down, like jokers aren't even signing cursive anymore.
Don't even know how to do it.
Don't even know how to write a
It
check.
it's almost like X marks the spot. Don't know how to do it, y'all.
Like I
Don't know
remember
how to do it.
when we were purchasing this house, like we had to initial. It was a stack of papers. We had to initial, and I'm like, how do people are gonna do it in like 15 years from now?
It's
It's just
insane.
everything's gonna be
It's
electronic or
insane.
AI.
It's insane. It is.
Yeah.
It is. But I am glad that we have grown. I am glad that our mindset has shifted. Um, as we get closer to closing out this episode, don't know if we're gonna have a part two of this because this seems to be a really good long conversation. Um, I want to reiterate what he said. If you are struggling right now, make sure you reach out. There are
Yeah.
resources everywhere. Okay, everywhere. Um, and don't allow your experiences to control you, good, bad, or indifferent. Okay. Lastly, don't forget the giveaway. And also, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. And as always, thank you so much for being with us and for remaining with us this entire time. We appreciate
Yes.
you each and every time.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, as for myself, grown folk decisions and my homie meaningful conversations, we want to say thank you. You know what I mean? We want to say thank you, and we appreciate y'all. It's episode 2, and then it's gonna be episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know how it goes. But we gonna ride out. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all. Peace.